So here's another arcade game tips video for you. We're doing Barber Cut Lite, which is the prize redemption arcade game where you can win Apple AirPods, Apple Watches, iPods, Funko figures, Echo Dots, even gift cards. Cutting the string with the scissors sounds easy, but it's a lot harder to win than you might think, and that's how the game kind of tricks you into spending your money to play it. So follow these tips and tricks so that you can have the best shot of winning a prize. All this information comes from this article online. I'll link to this article in the description below. If you want to read it, you can read it there. Otherwise, this video just rehashes all that information. So is Barber Cut rigged? The short answer is yes. Most of these high-value prize redemption arcade games are rigged in some sense. They need to be in order for arcade locations to make money off of it. If the game was as easy as it seems and players can just win Apple AirPods for a couple bucks, then the arcade would lose a ton of money and go out of business. Barber Cut tricks players into thinking all they have to do is have enough skill to position the scissors to cut the string and then they win. In reality, the machine only allows a win if it hits its payout amount. If Barber Cut is not ready to pay out a win, then the scissors will move past the string every time, even though you hit the button perfectly. It knows the location of the string and will move forward past it, deliberately missing the string. It is only skill-based when enough money has been paid into the machine. Even when it is ready, it takes a lot more cuts than you think to cut down the prize. Here is a quote from the Barber Cut manual explaining how the arcade can change the payout settings. It says, for a 28.5% payout with $100 mix and $1 game fee, a prize should be dispensed after 350 plays. After reaching the set number of plays, the game enters 100% skill mode. The machine remains in this condition until a player obtains a prize. In this example from the Barber Cut manual, the machine will need to get $350 worth of plays before it will allow a win. Whether you think this payout system is deceiving, unfair, or illegal, especially when it's like gambling for kids, but that's another topic, it ensures that the owner of the Barber Cut Lite machine makes a profit. But if Barber Cut is rigged, then how are there any tips to beat it? Let me explain more here. I have 7 tips for how to cut the string and win prizes at the Barber Cut machine. The first tip is know the Barber Cut machine settings. Usually the payout settings are changed for different prizes within the same Barber Cut Lite machine. This will make it more difficult or take a lot longer to win the more expensive prizes because they will be on a different setting. You can tell which prizes will need more money put in the machine before it is ready to allow a win based on a couple things. First, determine what prizes cost more than the rest. These will take longer to be ready to win. It's usually pretty obvious which ones these prizes are. They're the ones that will draw your attention, usually high-end Apple products. And then the cheaper products are usually the Funko Pop figures or some other cheap prize. The prizes are also grouped based on what payout settings they are. So the 2 prizes on the left have one payout rate. The middle 2 prizes have a different payout rate, and these are usually the most expensive ones. And the right 2 prizes have yet another payout rate. So the 2 prizes on the sides are usually the cheaper ones, and the prizes in the middle are usually the more expensive ones. But again, the more expensive ones usually take longer before they're ready to pay out. The second tip for how to win Barber Cut is know when a prize is allowed to be won. This is the most important tip. If you know this, you'll know when to play the game and know when you can win a prize. So again, based on the rigged payout system, only certain prizes will be able to be won when enough money is spent on the Barber Cut arcade machine. Like I said before, the scissors will move past the string if it's not ready to pay out. You'll want to test to see if the machine is ready to let you win. You can do this in a few ways. The first is just play the game once to check. If you perfectly hit the button with the right timing, but the scissors keeps moving after you let go of the button, then this shows you that the prize you are going for is impossible to win until you put enough money into it. So you should stop playing and come back at a different time. Another way to check if the machine is ready to pay out is to watch someone else play. Try not to be creepy and watch over their shoulder, but just see if they are able to get the scissors right over the string or not. The other player might not know that the machine is ready to pay out and just give up on cutting the string. So after they leave, you can go in and try and win the prize. Another really important tip, which also helps you know if the machine is ready to pay out, is to check for damage to the string. Because it takes multiple cuts of the string to drop the prize, you will usually see damage to a string if the scissors has landed on it. The string will look frayed. This is a sign that the prize under the worn string is ready to be won. It shows that someone tried to win it but failed to cut the string enough times. Just a little note about this tip. Be careful because a lot of arcade owners know about this and will purposely kind of fray the string a little bit to entice people into spending money on it, even though the machine is not ready to pay out yet. But it's easy to check if this is happening, because if you play and the scissors moves past the string, then you know the barber cut machine you're playing on is not ready to pay out yet. The fourth tip is be persistent when you know the machine is ready to give you a prize. The string will need a lot more cuts than you think to drop a prize. It is not uncommon to have to spend $10 to $20 on a $1 barber cut game to cut the string when it's ready to pay out. But this might be worth it if the prize you're going for is worth a lot more money. The string in barber cut is special because it has many layers. Even if one layer is cut through, the prize will not drop because the other layers still hold it up. You can see this in a few barber cut arcade machine videos. You can see the damage to the string here. The fifth tip is push the scissors forward if you accidentally miss. If you accidentally miss the string on the first button press where you're moving to the right, don't worry. Especially if the string is already damaged. Once you move past to the right too far, push forward with the second button press as far as you can. This will push the string with the plastic guards on the side of the scissors. This swings the string upward, putting stress on the string and makes the prize come down with some force. Hopefully this helps break or loosen the weak part of the string to win the prize or win it sooner. So you can see this in action right here. You can also do this trick to help win 2 prizes. I'll put a link in the description below for this video where he uses this trick to win 2 prizes. Another tip you should know is heavier prizes are easier to win, but remember the prize still needs to be ready to pay out before you can win it, but the heavier ones do drop a lot easier than the light ones. So a lot of machines just have gift cards in them, but beware of this because it'll take a lot more cuts to make the prize fall than heavier prizes like iPads or Beats headphones. The last tip is practice the timing of the button hits. It'll take a few times of playing to get the timing down for barber cut. You really need to get the scissors as close to the middle of the string as possible to get the best cuts on it. There's a few tips to lining up the string and the scissors. A huge tip for moving the string to the right in the first button press is to keep one eye closed so that you can line up the string better. To line this first one up, you also want to look at the black belt on the top of the scissors and line that up with the screw with the prize that you want to win. You can see that here in this picture. For the second position where you move the scissors forward, it's helpful to squat down or go above the scissors so that you can get a better angle of it. This second timing where you move it forward is really quick, so make sure you're ready, hit the button pretty quickly. And also just watch videos so you can see what the timing is like. One trick that used to work on the barber cut machines was using a laser pointer, a very powerful one, to cut the strings from the outside of the machine. This would allow the string to be cut and the prize to drop without even paying for the game at all. Now this is obviously wrong and a very kind of scummy thing to do, but it no longer works, so you can't do this anymore. They replaced the strings. They used to be orange and now they're white, and the orange ones, because it was a darker color, would absorb the heat from the laser pointer much more, be easier to cut with the laser pointer, but the white ones don't cut as well with the laser pointer, and they made them a little more heavy duty too. So just to summarize, the most important thing is to know when the barber cut machine is ready to pay out. You can tell by playing the game first yourself or seeing if the string is frayed, and again, it still may take a decent amount of cuts to get the prize that you want, but it'll definitely be worth it if the prize costs more than what you would pay into the machine. I hope you liked this guide on barber cut. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.